Hello, welcome into the latest edition of ESPN FC Live. It's Kay Murray and Stevie Nicol here. And we all know that Stevie loves a bit of fun on one of these digital sessions. Stevie, you've got to be having fun now with what's going on with Liverpool. The transfer window's closed, and is it really closed unless we say it's slammed shut? It's been one of the best transfer windows in recent years, particularly for Liverpool. Obviously, there have been a lot of that have stood out, but for Liverpool, tell me who you're most excited about seeing this summer.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd have to think it's either the real Florian Wirtz or Alexander Isak. I mean, try and choose between the two of them. Alexander Isak, whatever you think of him, whatever you think of the way he conducted himself at Newcastle at the end, the guy scores goals. And if you give him an opportunity, he takes it. And so the question is, am I looking forward to Alexander Isak scoring goals, or am I more looking forward to actually Florian Wirtz showing us what he has done for both Germany and previously for Leverkusen? So that's a real tough one to pick between the two, because at their best, they're just both great to watch. And as I said, at the end of both of them, you're talking goals, not from Wirtz, whether it's assists and goals, or Isak is just a pure goal machine, really, let's be quite honest. So I really can't choose between the two. Either way, once they all get acclimatised and once Wirtz figures things out, figures his positioning out, gets up to speed with the pace of the game, I think so far that's been his biggest problem. Everything's been happening so quickly. And of course, he's desperate to do well, that sometimes the harder you try, the harder it gets. So for me right now, that seems to be the thing with Wirtz. Isak obviously hasn't kicked the ball in anger yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the two of them, big time.
Okay, so let me stick with Wirtz for a bit. Do you think there's been a bit of an overreaction to him not hitting the ground running? And that people are more likely to pick up the bad that they've seen rather than the good bits and the positive bits?
I'd be kind of hypocritical if I wasn't one of them, to be honest. I thought he was going to be way better than he's been. I think in the second half at Arsenal, he had some runs that reminded me of the previous Wirtz. There wasn't anything on the end of it. But yeah, I mean, listen, Liverpool have got, at least 4 different starters to this season than they had at the end of last season. And when you make that many changes, regardless of how good the players are individually and the ability they have and what they're capable of, it takes time for everybody to figure out what everybody's going to do without even thinking about it. That's, the top teams that win Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues, they play with an ease and a belief, and they play because they know exactly what's going on around them, and they play passes where they know somebody's going to appear on the end of it. Particularly for Wirtz, that's something that he has to figure out. What are his forwards looking for? Where do they want it? How do they want it? So yeah, it is tough for him, and I think it probably is a little early to be getting on his back. But at the same time, when you sign for, 120 million, there's a bit of an expectation on your shoulders to at least be contributing.
When you talk about Isak, we're looking now, Liverpool have got the 2 top goal scorers in the Premier League with Isak and Salah in the same team. You think that the team are all going to gel well here? They sometimes say too many cooks spoil the broth, but then they also say many hands make light work. Like, what's it going to be a case of here for Liverpool?
You must have another couple of those beauties, no?
I might, right? But they really contradict each other, though, don't they? So which is it going to be?
Well, I think you're forgetting there's a guy called Ekitike as well, who actually has got more goals than Salah, I believe, right now. So, listen, this is not as straightforward as people think. Honestly, I always talk about the practical and the theory. And the theory is easy. When you get your board, if you're Amorim and you get your wee board out, you get your wee magnetic things going, everything's dead easy. But when it's actually the practical and it's on the field, you have to figure out what suits everybody so that all the pieces fit. And that is not going to be easy for Arne Slot. Now, the fact that they're still winning games tells you the ability they have, because as much as they haven't gelled as a team, they have individuals who are capable of doing something from nothing, as Szoboszlai did at the weekend. And then the previous, including the Charity Shield, the previous 3 games where they haven't played well, but my goodness, 9 goals in those 3 games and they haven't kicked a ball yet. So for Arne Slot, it's a real nice problem, but it is a problem. And again, the character of the players come into question as well, because you can't play them all. Somebody's going to have to miss out on certain occasions. And so it's all about team spirit as well. It's all about the character of the players and them accepting that they're not going to be playing 90 minutes every single time Liverpool have a game. So this is a tough one for Arne Slot, but as I said, this is a great problem to have for any manager.
Given that it is a great problem and there are so many choices, what do you think Alexander Isak's role is going to look like at Liverpool, or what would you like it to look like?
He's going to be centre forward. Absolutely. The guy's a centre forward. He's going to be a furthest man forward. He can do everything. You know, he can link play. He can hold the ball up. He can run in behind. Now, I'm not so sure that's something he's going to be doing too often at Liverpool. Certainly he did in Newcastle, because you got Gakpo on one side and Salah on the other, where they're trying to put those balls in behind for them. But he's going to be the spearhead. And he will be the player furthest forward. So, yeah, I'm expecting big things from him, but he'll need to adapt his game. He probably won't be looking for as many of those balls I was talking about in behind, because of who he'll have on the outside. And that includes Ekitike. You know, Ekitike can maybe slip out into the left. So, yeah, again, tough problem, but one that you know you're going to get goals from.
So how are you feeling overall? As a former Liverpool man, I obviously know, and many know who watch ESPN FC, that you really did want some extra bodies in defence coming in. Yeah. How are you feeling about the team overall right now?
Other than that one failure to make a signing, you can't be anything other than delighted with the quality that Liverpool have. And again, if you needed any proof to show that quality rises to the top, then just look at the start of the season, because this team hasn't got close to what it's capable of yet. But yet, 3 games, 9 points. Regardless of how you play, that's the aim. The aim is to get 3 points every time you step on the field. You want to play well, yes. You want to be fluent, flowing, and you want to score loads of goals. You want to keep clean sheets. You know, you want to be the best you can be. But when you're far from that, like Liverpool are right now, and you're still picking up points just because of the pure ability and quality you have, then, I mean, I was going to say it can only get better, but it can only get better in terms of performance, certainly not points on the board.